Hey folks, it's going to be a bit of a longer video, so I'm probably going to post this to YouTube so I can get it out to Discord. I just want to cover a few things. So we are agreeing in NAP to fight over fortresses to make things a bit more interesting and also get people practiced and ready for KVK when it comes up. One of the key things when we're doing large battles is knowing how to batch heal. I know I sent this video before, but the audio was absolutely trash, so I'm just going to try and explain it a little bit better here. So I'm on my main account at the moment, and I have a whole bunch of troops in my infirmary, about 35,000 troops worth. So I'm going to use this as an example. So if I go to the world map, it's a bit easier. You get your little health symbol down here, and then you can heal. So if I was to heal all of these troops, it's going to take me over a day's worth of healing. Which I can get going. I can request help. At the moment I can see I've got one auto help, which is absolutely trash, by the way. In our alliance we've got at least 20 on the go most often, which means you're going to be able to do batches of hours, but we'll get into that in a bit more in just a second. So I'm going to cancel this healing now a moment to show you what I mean. So you can use your healing speed ups. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend saving these for sword lands and other types of events where you can't use batch healing. Also, you want to save them to use them in castle battles in clutch if you don't have enough time to heal troops up before they start spilling over. That's where then you're going to want to use your healing speed ups, but otherwise save these and use batch healing. So what batch healing is where I know that there's one auto help at the moment, which is the equivalent to about 5 minutes. So if I set this to about, I don't know, 80 troops, you can see it's just under 4 minutes. If I can heal, help, there, those 80 troops have now been immediately healed. So then you can just spam this button to heal all your troops back up again. This is going to be an absolute nightmare because for me here at the moment, because there's only one person who's got auto help enabled. But like I said, when you've got loads, for example, in ours, we can have hours at a time. So if it was to be done in hours, I could be healing about 1,000 troops, well, 1,200 troops each time I hit that button. And very quickly, I only have to hit that button, 33 times, and I've got all of my troops healed. You will end up with notifications, keep scrolling for ages afterwards, but this is the nature of batch healing, and it enables you to heal all your troops and get them straight back into the battle straight away. So that's batch healing. I wanted to make sure we've covered that. The other thing I want to cover and explain a bit more in depth is how rallies work in this game. So when you have rallies, you can either start a rally or you can join a rally. If you start a rally, which is what I'll do right now. So let's go hit a Ironclad Warbear. I'll go for 5 minutes. So when you call a rally, every single one of your hero's abilities are added to all of the troops in the rally. So if I go into here, I've got Petra, Marlin and Zoe, all three heroes that we don't have on our server yet, but they will be coming soon. And I can start that rally now. And if I go and have a little look at this rally, there's a little gold flag just of here, and this shows you what bonuses are being added to this rally. So all of these bonuses here are based on what research tech I have done, what my governor gear is, what governor charms I have, what pet abilities I have, what pet stats I have, just so you can all see. Pets are a thing as well, and they will be coming quite shortly after the first KVK or castle battle. So you end up having pets, and then your pets also add additional percentage boosts to your troops. So there's all these things get taken into account when working out your rally's capacity. Now, anybody who joins my rally, the only thing you add as someone who's joining a rally is troops. that's pretty much it. You're just adding troops to that person's rally. All of your stuff doesn't get added to that rally as well. It's just the rally leaders' bonuses that are added, which is why we recommend joining larger players' rallies and more powerful players' rallies, because you'll be scoring much more damage across the board, as well as having much better defense, much better percentage bonuses to all of your troops. So failing that, the other thing you do add, though, and I've been kind of stalling out so this would happen, is you'll see if I go to the gold flag, as well as these bonuses, it will show you the bonuses that I get from my heroes that I've got in my rally. And this is why heroes are really important. But also you can see there are 4 hero skills from rally members. So all 4 of these abilities have kicked in. And I can see here I've got 2, for example, 25% lethality bonuses, which stacks up to be 50% lethality bonus in my rally queue at the moment, which is really nice, which is why we recommend using Chenko. Now, the way those get added is if we go into these individual people here, it's the first hero in the person's rally, and it's their first skill. So what I mean by that is if I go to call another rally a second, I'll show you what I mean. In fact, is there one I can join? No, there's not at the moment. Okay, so let me just call another rally really quickly. So when you're joining a rally, you'll notice, and even when you're starting a rally, the first hero in the first slot has a little flag on them. That flag indicates that they are your squad's captain. And when you're joining a rally, a squad's captain's ability can be added to one of those 4 slots. So if we go and have a look at Howard, for example, and look at his skills, it will always be this skill right here. So it's the skill which is the top skill on the right-hand side is the skill gets added. So for if I add Howard as my rally captain, I can potentially add 20% reduction in damage, which would be useless for Bear, for example, but would be really good for a garrison unit. Chenko, on the other hand, gives 25% lethality bonus, which is a huge bonus to be having to do extra damage, which is why we ask you to use Chenko and Yanwu, or Yeonwoo, shall I say, in the rallies, because they increase the damage so dramatically in Bear and get everybody a better score. The reason why it's important you send the right heroes, though, is because there's only 4 of those slots. If you send someone else who has a higher trained skill, it will actually kick out one of those bonuses. We don't get to select those bonuses. They get chosen by the game. So it's important that we are all sending the right heroes to the right rallies. Something else I think I wanted to mention. When you're looking at things, just to dive into things a little bit deeper as well, when you're looking into troop stats, the most important things you want to be focusing on is increasing lethality and health. Let's have a little look at some troops. And here we can see troop stats. So they have defense, lethality, attack, and health. Those are the 4 main bonuses which are used. The main stats that are used in the combat that happens in the background. The way it basically works is defense lowers other abilities. So it reduces a person's attack coming in. The lethality is the amount of damage that gets dealt. I think attack is, how much defense gets negated. Defense obviously prevents lethality from happening, and health is the amount of damage your character can take. I will dive into those a bit more and post those separately and go into a bit more deep dive into troop stats and what they actually mean, but safe to be assured that lethality and health are the 2 biggest stats you can increase, will have the biggest effect on how strong and how powerful your rally is compared to other people's. I think that's going to be about it for this video, because it's probably going to be a bit long, and I know a lot of us don't have incredibly great attention spans, but I just wanted to cover the importance of rally, obviously ensuring you've got the correct heroes joining rallies as well as the correct heroes for starting rallies, and also how to batch heal, because that's going to be a major thing that you want to know how to do. Because you can quickly clear out your infirmary and you don't have to worry about it spilling over when we're doing large combats and we're losing large amounts of troops going to the infirmary. If your infirmary overfills, by the way, you lose those troops, but any troops that are lost via infirmary overfill, 70% of them come back via the enlistment office. So a lot of you have built this and probably wonder what the hell this even is. This doesn't come into effect or play until you have troops that you've lost by going over the infirmary cap, your infirmary amount. Troops that are lost from attacking cities or from attacking level 4 outposts, unfortunately, those troops are just lost. They don't go to the enlistment office. They are just completely gone, which is why I tend to advise people not to attack cities, especially if we're getting attacked by other people. Reinforce the people that are being attacked, because it will cause the attackers' troops to be killed way more quickly with no chance of them being replenished. They would have to train them again. But yeah, that's it for now, folks. Hope to see you soon. Have a good one.